Why the guy that wants to be in a relationship is the guy that needs to stay single. Stay tuned.
There used to be a time that fairy tales were true. The king and the queen and all the pills were blue. But then the pill changed, the red pill's the truth. Forget the married life, I got better things to do. Stack money.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before I get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe at the end of the video. But first, watch the entire video. Next, I will not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it. And if you haven't subscribed to my second channel, who is Anthony Spade, the link is in the description. All right, today we're going to be talking about why the guy that wants to be in a relationship is the guy that needs to be single. One thing that you guys are going to understand about life, and you're going to understand about it fast, the man that does not seek the relationship, the man that chases his dreams and his goals, is the man that a woman will adapt to. And when it comes to the guy who wants to be in love, who wants to be in a relationship, who wants the fantasy, you're typically the guy that women are not gonna want. So what you have to understand is, I'm gonna break down to you why it's best for guys like you who really want to be in a relationship to remain single, and why it's easy for the guy that wants to be single to actually be in a relationship. All right, let's get to it. First, financial freedom over emotional security. When you want to be married and live out the fairy tale, you need emotional security. You need a woman next to you. All right, you need a relationship. That stuff makes you feel happy because you feel like you're missing out on it. So what you do is you put more focus into the relationship. And when you put more focus into the relationship, the main thing that you're thinking about is your family. You're thinking about grandma. You're thinking about auntie. You always looking for a woman that can fit in and congregate with your family. What does that do? That block you from you being the best person that you want to be. Majority of people that want to be in a relationship don't want to be in a relationship for them. You want to be in a relationship to always have sex, to always have in-house sex, but also you want to be in a relationship so you can congregate with your family at family reunions and live like you have inside of your head. You want to live out the fantasy. But the guy who wants to be single has already made up his mind what he wants to be in life. He's already made up his mind where he want to go in life and where he want to be. So he chases financial freedom. Because what comes with financial freedom comes power. Also, it comes submissiveness. Women are more likely to submit to a guy with financial freedom and doing what he wants to do versus the guy who's putting the emotional support above everything. The more emotional you are when it comes to women, the weaker you look. And the reason why you look weak is because you look like how she feels inside. Next, romantic gestures versus genuine emotion. What do I mean by that? See, when you're chasing a relationship, every time you approach a woman, it's gonna always be in a romantic way. You're gonna always talk to her different. You're gonna always react to her different because you're always in a romantic mode. So when you're always in a romantic mode, you always look soft to women. Women don't want no man who's always trying to treat them good, who's always trying to make sure they're happy. Why? Because life is not that way. Women mature faster than men because they get more experiences to men approaching them than men have experiences approaching women. So women get so used to guys having romantic gestures instead of genuine emotion. What do I mean by genuine emotion? Romantic gestures tell women that you don't have no other woman and that you're trying to butter her up to get her. But when you have a real emotional connection with her, then you're able to tell her and act how you truly feel inside. You're able to be yourself. When you're able to be yourself, that's what she's gonna fall in love with. And the reason why she's gonna like that is because it's the real you. This is why guys that want to be single, they don't care about cursing a woman out. They don't care about telling a woman, go over here. I don't need to call you. I don't need to be with you. I don't need to be next to you. A guy who is stuck on going his own way or wants to be free is the guy that's in control of his life. So he doesn't have time for romantic gestures. In order for him to slow down, the woman has to slow him down. She has to put herself in his way to say, all right, I want to join what you're doing so I can contribute this way. So he talks to her differently. He talks to her as a business partner. That's what you guys out there don't do. You want to be the romantic. You want to be the white knight. You want to be the knight in shining armor. But the single guy, he knows marriage is business. Next, delusional treatment versus the reality check. What do I mean? What I mean is between the romantic gestures and your desperation, you are going to be living a fairy tale with her. This is where you have the brand new couples where they're actually walking around holding hands. That's what you want. You want to be loved up. You want everybody to look at you and say, hey, that's a cute couple right there. That's what you're looking for, the fairy tale. So everything that you do starts gearing back towards what people have told you what a relationship is actually supposed to be. But the single guy is not looking for that. In order for him to look for that, he has to look deep within a woman. So while you look at a woman and you may think, oh, she's a good girl, you know what I'm saying? She may be a little lost. We can fix that. He'll look at her like she been ran through, man. She been out here too much. I can't do nothing with that girl. The single guy is able to see the woman's flaws earlier than the guy who's seeking a relationship, because the guy who's seeking a relationship becomes more delusional about getting the relationship than the woman that actually wants him. But the guy who chose to be single has a better chance of knowing exactly what he wants. Next, sugarcoating the truth versus holding her accountable. That means whenever she does something wrong, you're going to give her an excuse as to why she did something wrong, as to why she made a bad mistake. In a lot of cases, the guy that wants to be in a relationship, you're beta, so you're going to automatically blame a guy for something that happens wrong with her, because that's the emotion that she's going to put you into. But when it comes to a single guy makes a woman hold herself accountable. Like, for instance, when a woman sits down with a beta male, she'll tell the beta male all the last 5 guys did her wrong. And she'll break it down how they did her wrong. Caught them cheating, caught them doing this, caught them doing that. So the beta male starts to think, you know what? I just got to be different than all these guys that hurt her, and she's going to automatically love me. But the single guy is going to look at it like, you chose to be with these stupid ass niggas. So something's wrong with you if you cannot recognize what a good guy is. That's how a single man looks at it. A single man looks at it like, I'm not gonna blame the guy. I'm gonna blame the woman who chose to date the bad guy. What does that mean? That means that you do not know what a good guy is. Why am I gonna waste my time? That's what a lot of you betas don't know that want to be in a relationship. You have to understand, a smart woman doesn't date 5 bad dudes. It doesn't work. That just means she don't know what a good guy is. And that's what single men look at it. Single men look at it like, if she's really worth what she's telling you about, then she will already be there. But the beta male feels like she's not there because somebody else held her down and he's there to save her. Next, future promises versus commitments. See, a lot of you guys out there that want to be in a relationship, you want a woman to tell you one day y'all gonna get married. One day y'all gonna have kids. One day you guys are gonna be the happy couple. That's what you really want her to tell you. You want her to tell you everything that you want to know to solidify that your future with her is going to be okay. This is why a lot of you guys who want to be in a relationship, you want to be married more than a woman. Matter of fact, you start gravitating towards women who don't want to be married. So you end up dating the wrong type of woman. Why? Because you want a woman to tell you that it's a possibility that you or her are going to have a future together, so you feel good. But the guy out there that remains single, he doesn't do that. He doesn't give her false commitments. He doesn't tell her that they're going to be together in the future. He tells her, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't want to tell you something now and then you hold me for it later in the future. That's what the single guy says. He never wants to tell her that they have a title. He never wants to tell her that they're going to be something. He never wants to put himself in a position to where she try to hold him accountable for something that he says dealing with the relationship, which is what you're trying to do. You're trying to get a woman to convince you that there's a possibility that if you treat her right and you do everything good, you and her are gonna get married. But at the end of the day, women want to marry the guy that does the complete opposite of you. Why? because he makes no commitments to her emotion. Next, giving in versus the challenge. What do I mean by giving in versus the challenge? See, when you want to be in a relationship with a woman, you're gonna always give in to what she says and give in to what she does, because once again, in the back of your mind, the nice guy, the best guy gets the woman. No, the nice guy and the best guy becomes the servant. And when it comes to the single male, it doesn't work that way once again. The single guy is gonna always challenge her. Why is the single guy gonna always challenge her? The same reason why she challenges you. She needs a reason and he needs a reason to knock them off their game. A single guy challenges a woman because he already has a lot of things going on. So he puts her through a lot of tests to say, all right, I'll give her a chance now. I'll give her a little bit of attention. It's the same thing with you. You try to out nice the situation and give in to her, so she stopped being busy all the time, and then she wants to commit to you and she tries to come back to you. But the thing is, when a woman proves herself to a man, she's thinking long-term down the road. When a man proves himself to a woman, you're just giving her all the power that you have. Once she uses it up, she'll be looking for another challenge. But with the single guy, once she proves herself, she just may get a guy that's gonna commit to her. Next, last but not least, I had to get back in the car and charge up the camera. Sexual connection versus a real connection. What do I mean by that? A lot of you guys, your connection to a woman that you want is only through sexuality. All right, that's what you have to understand. Majority of beta males are chasing a woman that turns them on, that they feel like is going to be the easiest to sleep with, or the girl that they can flatter the most and get. That's typically how beta males think, which is why you'll see like two bummy ass dudes fighting over a bummy chick. And the reason why they're doing that is because both of those dudes realize they can't get a good chick. So they try to fight over the girl that's going to be the easiest, because they're thinking about sex. The guy that wants to be in a relationship, 9 times out of 10, you have a sexual connection with the woman. But when it comes to a single man going his own way, he has had a lot of sex with women that everything has to become chemical. It has to be a true chemistry with a woman. So a little trick that a lot of you guys don't know, the guy, the full-blown alpha that gets a lot of women, gets to a certain age where he doesn't have sex like that. Even when he's in the relationship, he doesn't have sex like that, because he builds a genuine connection with a woman, which means him and her do not have to sleep with each other every day. But when it comes to you beta males, being that you have a natural sexual attraction to the women that you like, women use your sexuality as leverage. Which means that when you're in a relationship with women that really don't care about you, they're not gonna have sex with you to control you. That's why guys who are married, guys who are in close relationships and live with women, you guys end up paying for sex the most, because the woman doesn't naturally like you. In order to get her in the mood, you have to buy her gifts. But when it comes to the single male, the alpha male, he typically doesn't have to do anything, because he can connect to her on a more mental level and have less sex with her. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys are able to get the message behind the video, as behind the video when I say guys that want to be in a relationship need to be single, and single guys who don't want to be in a relationship can handle the relationship. All right. This is Blue and Blackjack back here. They done walk their asses off. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.